put a lot in, so we threw a lot at them. Today we decided to cut back and just go back and do things we were doing the first 3 days. I think that helped us. It was the first day that we did any live contact. I was happy with the way the defense tackled. I thought that for the most part they're tackling well. We're working hard at some new techniques in tackling that are designed to keep your head out of it and work shoulder tackling. And we've done a nice job in the off season defining exactly how we're going to do that. And I saw it show up on the practice field, so I was really happy about that. Offense started slow in the live tackle part of it. Usually in a scripted scrimmage, you don't get into a real rhythm because you bring the ball back. But we're just looking at guys doing their individual jobs. So, and then at the end, I thought when we started rolling it and picking up the pace, it shows the pressure that puts on the defense, and then the offense made some plays. But we got a long way to go, particularly on the offensive front and at the quarterback position. But I do think we improved a lot in the first 4 practices.
When you see Ferguson throw some of those deep balls, perfect deep balls, the one to Williams, how do you assess what you have seen from him, the first couple of days with pads on?
He has a really good arm. He can make the throws that you need to make to have a lot of success in this offense. But you have to be consistent on your decision making and your accuracy. So if he can continue to grow his understanding of the offense, understanding what the defense is doing against him, so he can have good decision making, and then just set his feet properly every time, his accuracy will go way up. He has a tendency to crouch over and do some different things that we don't coach, but he has really improved on it, particularly since last fall when he was here. So if he can keep working on that, I think his accuracy will go up even more.
All 3 of the quarterbacks have had their moments, and moments they probably want to forget already. Is the plan for all spring just to leave them all as kind of equals, or are you trying to look at it as a race as well?
Most of the time they separate themselves.
Yeah.
We wanted to come out this week and make sure that they all feel like they're getting an even shot and the same amount of reps with the first group and the second group. I think Coach McGee and I have done a good job of that. Right now they got to step in that huddle and perform well against the first defense, which things happen a lot faster, a lot quicker. So we got to catch up a little bit with our first defense, I think, and their decision making being quicker at going against a real fast, good physical defense.
How much has a year under his belt helped Reggie grow as a quarterback?
Oh, I think it's helped him a lot. You look back last year, he just got here and all of a sudden he was in the game playing. So his understanding of what we're trying to do, his confidence is better. And he's kind of like Tyler too. A lot of his issues are his lower body getting set and stepping in the proper place, and sometimes he gets off balance and leans to the left, and that's when the ball sails on him. So if we can just get him to drive the ball and not sail and get tipped balls, I think that that'll help our turnover ratio. I think you kind of balance it out. The defense is doing a good job keeping their eye on the ball, playing the ball in the air. And offensively, we can't throw picks like we've been throwing. So it's kind of a combination of both, I think.
What have you thought so far about James Quick in the slot? Seems like he got a lot of touches today.
He did. I think James is going to have a real good year for us. As the year went on last year, he made a lot of big plays for us. We got to get him to run better after the catch, break some tackles, and he's stronger now, he's bigger now, so he should be able to do that. Like I said before, he reminds me a lot of Harry Douglas. When Harry was young, his lower body strength wasn't quite where it needed to be. He wasn't heavy enough, so he would go down if you blew on him. We got to get James where he can break some tackles. Right, James? And make some big plays with his speed. So that's what we're really working on.
Did any of the new receivers separated themselves?
There hasn't been any real separation, but they all have the ability to make plays. I think the one thing they got to do is dedicate themselves to the playbook and really know what they're doing, and then we'll play faster. When you're not sure and you hesitate, playing fast is not just your 40 time. It's really knowing what you're supposed to do and knowing what the defense is going to do. So that's an area I think we have to improve.
As you kind of flip the offensive line over a little bit, Hughley coming back, what has he improved on in the offseason?
Well, he's gotten more flexible. I think that was the biggest thing we needed to work on him was his ankle flexibility in his base and being able to not get his feet close together. So basically it was mostly his ankle flexibility. He works hard on it. He spends extra time with the trainers every day. He's a guy that'll do everything we ask him to do as far as his work ethic. So I think Khalil Hunter's going to be a real good player for us. Right now he's making a lot of assignment errors. I put that on the other guys. They need to tell him what to do. You know, they've been in it. They need to tell him. And he needs to listen to him because there's a few times they told him what to do and he still didn't do it.
Could you talk about the fullback position for a second? I remember the first time you were here, you had a kid named Kamer that seemed to catch tons of touchdown passes somehow around the goal line. What are you looking for in the fullback position?
Well, Ewell is about what we're looking for. A guy that's really, really strong. He's really improved his quickness. You know, his practice yesterday was as well as he's practiced since we've been here. He's been able to keep his pads down. He's quicker, and he now is delivering a blow and using his strength. You know, he can about bench press the Traeger Center. Unbelievably strong, but his quickness and being able to keep his pads lower and shoot his hips has really helped him. So I'm actually really excited about it because I think he's really stepped forward. We moved Lamar over to linebacker so we could get more depth and more work with him at linebacker here in the spring.
Shaq went down. Have you had an opportunity to find out?
I haven't. I know that it was an arm injury, but I don't know the extent of it right now.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.